Alright, so it's question time. For starters, it was asked what decade we prefer our stuff to come from that we read or watch, and I don't know. I think I might be along the same lines as Brit on this one for just art and style and stuff like that. I might like something more modern, but for story, some of the older stuff's just better because, I don't know, maybe that's what happened. Maybe they concentrated on story more in the old stuff, where in new stuff maybe they spend a lot of time drawing and making it look good, and story time gets taken up doing that, which is, fine, because I do like some beautiful art. So I don't know, I think it might be a case-by-case thing. Do I have any plushies? Behind me you might see, this is actually a pillow, but I told the sad story before where I searched high and low at the con to get an owl plushie and they didn't have it, and all I could find was the owl pillow. So he's a snuggly little armor head helmet thing, but yeah. So I have the owl pillow. I have Conti here. Conti's pretty cool. Probably technically not a plushie more than a teddy bear, but I forgot about one of my plushies. I have Domo. Anyway, another question was asked, do we prefer dub or sub? For the most part, I'll watch the dub, just because I can concentrate more on watching it than reading it, even though I'm perfectly capable of watching and enjoying and stuff with the sub. So yeah, there's only a few where I might want to prefer the sub. I've talked about that with Beck, Mongolian Chop Squad. The DVD case was right behind me, so I went and looked at it. My mind just went woo. Anyway, yeah, and with one where I might prefer the sub, I would probably end up watching both if they're available anyway. Just it might be the case where, so I'd say mostly dub, but in the cases where I would lean towards the sub, it'd be both Bakuman or Death Note. I've seen the Death Note anime and the live-action movies. I haven't read the manga of Death Note. I've heard of Bakuman, so just going by familiarity and stuff like that, I'm gonna have to go with Death Note, because that's like comparing apples to a fruit you never tasted. So it's well, based on my knowledge, apples, Death Note. Have I been to any conventions? I have. I've been to one once. I was at Anime Detour. Here's my badge. Is it year on this? Yeah. Anime Detour 2009. If the world blew up tomorrow, would I sleep in? That depends. This week, technically, I think I would, because I'm on a rotating shift where I work, where one week I work earlier and the next week I work later, and I'm on the later thing, which means I end up sleeping in because I can. So assuming I wouldn't know the world's blowing up, I guess I would. I don't have any rare manga. What do I do to introduce others to manga or anime? For the most part, it's hey, here, check this out, it's cool. A lot of times I would lend them my stuff, but doing that, it was hey, check, I got really, when I had some friends that moved away and stuff, and when I was at college and home and stuff like that, I had more of a community going on. I would definitely more active in getting people into stuff. But what ended up happening was me going, hey, check this out, and going stuff, and then I forgot who I gave what and where what was and stuff like that, and ended up having a few things not returned to me. And the phone's ringing. Why do telemarketers always know when you're vlogging or eating dinner? Why? Anyway, yeah, so basically I would just tell someone, this is cool, I used to borrow or lend my stuff out, but I didn't keep track of it well enough, and stuff didn't return to me, which I have a place now, but yeah. And I haven't really done that for a while, but except on here, I'm like, hey, you guys gotta check this show out. It's cool. So, yeah. I asked the question of, like, who would win in a fight between a bagel and a muffin. And we had 2 different answers so far, but clearly you guys have forgotten the one important and always true rule of the questions of any time the question who would win in a fight would be asked. Because no matter who you say in that question, the answer is always Chuck Norris. If I had to choose between only watching anime or reading manga, I'd probably go with anime. I do that more. I have more of it, and I think I enjoy it a little bit more. So, yeah, that's it. Looking forward to the rest of the answers, and see you guys later.